Hey everyone, my name is Cassie and today we are going to be talking about thrifting for sewing supplies, some of the things that I've gotten recently, a little thrift haul if you will, and a few upcoming makes that I have planned for some of my thrifted fabrics. But before we go into that, if you like sewing content, knitting content, and general making and slow fashion, then please be sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button if you like this video, and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Now, let's get into my little thrift haul. I started this year with, a plan to not buy new clothing. This goes to underwear, bras, all of that. No new clothing. The only exception is shoes. And that was to force myself, or to encourage myself to make my clothing. But, fabric is expensive, and I really do try to not put new things out into the world, which is why I love thrifting. So I have started to thrift fabric, and it has been so much fun. It can be a little bit tricky, and I'll talk about some of my ways around it, but I've really loved it. And so instead of thrifting for clothing, now that the thrift stores in Toronto are open, I've been thrifting for fabric. So actually this shirt that I'm wearing, this is the Cielo top by Closet Core Patterns. I believe it's also a dress and a long sleeve. This is a vintage tablecloth that I found at the thrift store and turned it into this really cute kind of cottagecore style with like the scrunchy sheared sleeves here, and I really love it. This fabric was $1.99, so this shirt, aside from the thread, which I already had, and I guess just the thread, and obviously my own equipment and my machine, it cost me like $2 to make this top. So I think it's really cute. I really love it. I have a lot of fabric that is considerably more expensive than this, and it was a trial top. If I liked it, I liked it. If I didn't, then I would probably turn it into some napkins, but it turned out great. The hack that I did was just adding these sheared sleeves here, which is really easy. There's a ton of videos on YouTube to show you how to do it. So yeah, I have been thrifting. This is one of the first thrifted fabrics I found. More recently, I thrifted these patterns. That's another really awesome thing that you can thrift. Is these? This was $1.99 for both of these. So this is the McCall's 2-hour shirt. It, I guess, is men and women's patterns in here. You can do a short sleeve or a long sleeve. I didn't actually check to see if they were cut, because that can sometimes be a deal breaker. So it does look like they were cut. I don't know what size they cut. Let's see. It looks like they cut a large. So I'm just looking on here, and it looks like they cut a large there, which is actually okay, because I don't think that I will be wearing a large. So I can actually cut it down if I want to make it fit me. So that's really cool. And my least favorite part is cutting. So cool, vintage pattern. And then this one I was truthfully like a little bit less excited about, but it came with this, and I would still make this. It's the See and Sew 5456 size A, so I think that's about my size. And again, I didn't check to see if it was cut. It looks like it wasn't cut. The next thing I got was this embroidery hoop. I don't think it's ever been used. You can see the sticker still on it. It honestly doesn't even look like it's been taken out of this wheel, which is sweet. I bought this for $2 at the thrift store. It was in a package, so again, I don't think it's been used. And I think I'm planning on maybe doing some pillows. I'm gonna get a punch needle and do some punch needle pillows with this. It's like the perfect pillow size, so I'm really excited about that. I mean, these aren't expensive anyways, but they're definitely more than $2 for a size like this. And you know, it's at the thrift stores, so it's not like it's being put into production. I love this fabric. The next fabric is this vintage tablecloth. It's so cute. I mean, I don't like this, but that's okay. It's got all of these veggies. It's got mushrooms and radishes and broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini. It honestly looks like it was something out of like a grandma's house. Probably like an Italian grandma is honestly what's like coming to me, because this is something that my grandmother would have, similar to this tablecloth. It makes me feel like this tablecloth top makes me feel like my nonna. So I originally was planning on gifting, you know, some napkins out of these, but there are some stains, as is like pretty normal for like a vintage tablecloth. So I didn't want to gift anyone anything with stains, but I honestly don't care. It doesn't bother me. This top has some stains on it and I've washed it, you know, a couple times, so I'm not precious. You can't even tell. Same with this, but because it's vegetable themed and because of the stains, I'm gonna make it into an apron, and I think this would just be like the cutest little kitchen apron out of this vintage fabric. Next I have this canvas. I love I think it says it's Navajo on here, but I'm not gonna call it that. We'll go with this. I love this printed, colorful fabric. It's a canvas. It's 100% cotton. You can see there, 100% cotton. Probably like, you know, I imagine this would maybe be used for like curtains or cushions or something like that. And I thought of doing cushions with it, like outdoor cushions, but I changed my mind and I'm gonna do another Ilford jacket. If you saw my last video, I posted 2 Ilford jackets. So I think this would be really awesome as an Ilford jacket. But the thing with shopping for vintage fabrics is that, or you know, thrifted fabrics in general, is you don't know what the content of the fabric is going to be unless you have the selvage here. So this tells me that it's 100% cotton, which is awesome. I prefer buying natural fabrics, and so I feel good about that. This is a blend, and I know that because it definitely feels like cotton, but I did a burn test, and which is where you cut a little piece of the fabric and you burn it, and if the fabric burns like cleanly, you can tell, and it kind of smells like paper and like burns like paper, then you know that it is a natural fiber, cotton, linen. Or if it burns melty and kind of smells and has like a really big flame, or not a big flame, but if it kind of smells as you burn it and it turns a little bit melty, then that's a pretty good sign that it is synthetic. And if it does a bit of both, if it doesn't burn entirely melty, but it doesn't also have that clean burn of, you know, a natural fiber, it might be a blend. There's tons of videos and some blog posts about it, but you know, I wasn't trying to figure out exactly what fiber it was. I just wanted to know if it was synthetic or not. So this tells me that it is not synthetic. Makes me very happy. Similarly, I bought this linen tweed, which is so pretty. Like, I just love this coral color. And again, I know it's a linen tweed because it says on here, linen tweed. And this was a bit more expensive. I believe this was $12, which is, you know, a bit pricier for the thrift store, but I think there's like 3 to 4 yards in here. I spread it out and it's huge. It's a very good amount of fabric. It's a natural fabric, and it honestly doesn't look like it hasn't been cut into, so that's awesome. I think I'm gonna make like a little like summer suit out of this, maybe like the Heather Blazer from Friday Pratt & Co. and the Pietra pants by Closet Core Patterns. There's definitely enough that I could make that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with this fabric, and I'm really, really excited about this. Next we have this jersey stretch fabric. It's like a knit heathered blend. This was $4, and again, there's quite a bit of it. It was definitely cut into before, you can see that. And it doesn't tell me what kind of fabric it is. You know, there's no label or anything. It does feel like it's probably like a blend, maybe like a jersey, spandex, something like that, but it doesn't feel entirely synthetic. I'm probably going to do a burn test and try it out. Maybe I'll show you actually. And yeah, I think it's really awesome. Just like a nice, I'm gonna make undies out of this. I'm also gonna make a Pua Tank, maybe even like an archer tank as well, and I'll show all of those at the side. So yeah, I'm really excited about this, but maybe let's do a burn test and we can find out what sort of fabric this is. 1 second. I'm back and we are going to try and do a little burn test. So I have the little sample of this fabric, got my matches, and I've got my bowl, because we're going to do this in the bowl so we don't burn ourselves. I'm going to take my match, I'm going to take the fabric, okay, so you can see it's still kind of burning. It burns like paper and there's no melty at all. It's definitely a natural fiber, which is awesome because I really wanted this fabric to be natural, especially because I'm going to make underwear with it. So yeah, that is amazing. You can see what that looks like. So that's a win for me. And then, you know, while we're here, why don't we, I'll cut a little piece. I have this fabric here, and while we're here, I'll cut a little bit of this fabric, which I know is synthetic because I've done the burn test before, but I'll just show you the difference. So I'll cut a little piece. This is another like really beautiful satin thrifted fabric, but it's definitely synthetic, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet because I don't really love synthetic fabrics on my body. So we've got our little sample, get our match. Okay, so you can see that it didn't catch on as much, and it's got this like melty sort of edge there. So if you compare them, you can see that this one is, it looks kind of waxy, and this one looks papery. It's actually just crumbling, which is like, you know, this is not doing that. And it has like a bit of an ashiness on my fingers, whereas this is just, it's literally like melted plastic. So that's a good way to test it. I'm really happy I know that this is a natural fabric now, so yay for that. This guy I'm not so sure about. We'll see how it goes. I'm not, if you have any ideas on what to do with synthetic fabric like this, let me know, because I just find I sweat so much with synthetic fabrics. And then my last piece of fabric, again, this is another synthetic, but it's really beautiful. I'm gonna try to do something with this. I really love this color. It's got a really nice twill. It's so pretty, so I'm really happy with this. But again, if you have any ideas for synthetic fabrics, maybe a skirt, something, or like a really like loose top, something that's not like sticking to my body so that I don't feel super sweaty, let me know what you think, because I don't want these fabrics to go back to the thrift store, but I also, you know, I'm pretty conscious of what I put on my body in terms of materials. So that is everything. Those are all of my thrifted fabrics that I've had so far. They're not all from one thrift trip, but you know, they're over a few different thrift trips. I will show you what I make with them when that's all done. But if you like this kind of content, let me know. Please like, subscribe, and just, you know, in the comment section, maybe let me know what you would do with those synthetic fabrics. Let me know about some thrifted fabrics that you found, any other video ideas you want to see. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much, and bye bye. I'm excited to try these two patterns. So I thrifted both of these for $2 for both of these patterns. So that's pretty awesome.